Okay, I think it's going okay right now. Yeah, I think it's going okay. Let's make some Shadowbringers progress. Been doing a lot of dueling roulettes, so I'm midway through 78 and I have 77 quests still. So let's see how today's progress goes.
There you are. May I assume you've had your fill of rest? That is well. Now that we are all present, let us speak of our plan. Thus far, we have vanquished 4 Light Warlords, restoring Night to much of Northrend. Only one remains, that of Calusia. And with Reen to guide us, I am certain we will find it.
We're so close now. If we can just take care of this one last warden, we'll rob the Sin Eaters of their final foothold and drive them out of Northrend once and for all. It will be a new beginning for the First, a chance for the people to rebuild their world.
In short, a prize worth fighting for.
And in thus delivering the First from destruction, so too shall we unsow the seeds of the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Do you hear? Your dreamed of rejoining is in jeopardy. Are you sure you're not tempted to intervene?
You labor under the misapprehension that vanquishing the Sin Eaters is tantamount to saving the world. It is not. In truth, you only delay the inevitable, lengthening your fleeting lives by the smallest of margins. Twould be churlish of me to deny you this small concession, close as we've become. Foolish and misguided though you are not without charm. Each and every one of you is possessed of a noble heart. When the weak want for succor, you do not hesitate to provide it. Alas, your nobility is short-sighted. You think only of the problem in front of your nose.
And we got a few auto hosts kicking in. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Floofy. Thank you, Mr. Cunningham. Thank you, Ashy. And thank you, Magneto.
A limitation of your ephemeral existence.
Our lives may seem short and insignificant to the likes of you, but one does not need to be an eternal being to achieve lasting change.
If I may stop you there, I do not claim that we Ascians are special. That is another misconception. In the beginning, everyone lived nigh for eternity. Such was the natural order of things. But like so much else, this was taken from you. You won't object if I borrow your plaything? In the distant past, when the world was one and whole, a great calamity threatened all life. It began without warning. The very laws of the star were warped and broken, and chaos swiftly spread throughout the land. Faced with annihilation, we sought to imbue the star with its own will. Thus was Zodiac born, and by his power was order restored. Ere long, however, thankless fools began to fear that Zodiac's might was too great, and so they conjured another to keep him in check. Your own dear Hydaelyn.
And the two beings waged war until, with a single devastating blow, Hydaelyn unmade Zodiac, scattering his being across space and time. So you told us in the Katana Ravel.
Yashtal is not pleased.
Yes, yes. And there began our woes, with Hydaelyn's blow and all that it wrought. As a counterbalance to Zodiac, Hydaelyn was created with the power to enervate her foe. This singular ability strikes not at such banal things as flesh, but everything that defines the target, diluting its existence. For example, were she to strike you, two individuals, identical in appearance yet reduced in all respects. Strength, intelligence, the soul itself, all is halved. Do you see? This self-same fate befell not only Zodiac, but the very star.
Hence the shards.
Only 3 were fortunate enough to escape the Sundering, me being one of them. When I beheld the shattered remnants of our home, I knew deepest despair. The inhabitants of these 14 fragments were feeble, frail and foolish, oblivious to their imperfection, ignorant of their past. Malformed creatures thrashing blindly about. Pitiful, disturbing, depressing.
So all the races are like 1/14th of their whole, or 1/13th.
So, we took it upon ourselves to rejoin the worlds. But in our eagerness and, I confess, our ignorance, we erred and made a useless void of the 13th. It was only afterwards that we discovered a connection twixt source and shard, a flow of energy that maintains elemental balance. And thus did we arrive at our time-honored modus operandi.
From a purely Asian standpoint, it could be said that what you seek to do is only logical. But that would be to ignore the immeasurable destruction wrought with each rejoining. You have murdered millions, and this we cannot condone.
By your fragmented existence, you continue to give rise to tragedies far crueler than any calamity. But yes, moral relativism and all that. Case in point, I do not consider you to be truly alive, ergo I will not be guilty of murder if I kill you. Oh, don't look at me like that. You for whom I have only the highest expectations. A vaunted hero of the Source, 7 times rejoined. Long have I awaited one who might brave a path of lesser tragedy. A resilient soul able to endure the necessary pain. I dare to hope that my wait is over. So, finish your task and slay the Light Warden. Make proof of your usefulness, and then we may speak again.
Forgive me, my lord, but this could not wait.
Speak freely, Captain.
Our informant in Colusia sends word of unusual activity in Yulmore. It appears their forces are entrenching themselves at key points throughout the city, making ready for an attack by all indications.
An intriguing use of resources. I rather doubt Lord Vorthry is concerned for the safety of his citizens.
You think he's harboring the Light Warden inside the city walls? Even if he does have some means of controlling the Sin Eaters, wouldn't that be a little risky?
Risky or not, if there is even a chance the Warden is hiding there, we will need to act fast. The longer we wait, the better prepared the Yulmorans will be.
Agreed. See to your preparations then and make for Colusia. God's willing, this hunt will be the last. Let us see it through to the end.
We should begin by assembling in Right. There we may assess the situation in Yulmore and decide how best to proceed.
And she's still alive. Oops. I just saw your message side and I didn't realize. Yes, I want to talk to Emmett. Hope it's not too late. I didn't look carefully. Yeah, I enjoy at least talking to the main party members. Talking to every single person would drive me nuts, of course. But I at least like talking to the main crew. Or the more involved people. And how you doing, Sai? I'm just kind of chilling away here. Gonna head out around 1:45 or so. Yeah. There we go. I got blindsided. Yes, further questions. Just curious. Uh-huh. That was most enlightening. Emmett is best boy. I like him the most so far in this expansion. I had a ride like a few weeks ago that, helped me get all the Aether Currents for Calusia. And the Aether Crystal for the third area. Aetherite, I mean. But of course, not much can be done until I complete the quest, which is story locked. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Sai. He's an interesting villain. He's likable in the sense of, he's entertaining. Yes. The 2-point-something sagas. When, if I recall, Alpha Node, put together a team, to help save Eorzea and thinks he has the smarts and the ability, to help keep peace in the continent, but then backfired really, really badly. Yep, the good old Crystal Brave. Yeah, I never disliked Alpha Node. He's cool. I am not entirely sure on favorite Scion, because I like more of the supporting cast, more like, in Heaven's Ward I like the Ysael and Emeric a lot. Stormblood, he was pretty good. Gotetsu grew on me. Yuri was nice. I wasn't this crazy about that expansion. And he is also kind of bro. And I like Robin. He grew on me. And I'm one of the handful that enjoyed Xenos just because he's just kind of like nature of destruction and it's kind of endearing. And in Shadowbringers, Emmett is best boy, and I ended up liking Urianger a lot more. Okay. It also doesn't help that, it also helps that Urianger has a way better character design this expansion. Biggest improvement by far. Exactly. I forget the exact wording, but in one of the discords, someone commented, how he's just suddenly a lot hotter and he swoons ladies with his eloquent talk. I kind of blanked out there as I was talking. Oh, is Lord Von 3 enthralling them? Lovely. Anyone doing this faith? No. 3 minutes left. A fair lot. Like, I don't do too much duties, and I was also leveling Red Mage on the side, as you probably saw from time to time. But since the, EXP gap is getting bigger and bigger, and the wards sort of diminish, I decided to just kind of push through. So I'm well prepared for the remainder of 77 and 78. Maybe I'll hit 79. Question. I was doing a lot of off-stream grindings while I was watching other streams. And hey Zero, how you doing? Welcome to a chill FF14 stream. I'm due with foodings. I'm a simple man. And how you doing, Zero? FF14 is fun. It can be very hectic but fun. I'm mostly doing story stuff. And a lot of things you unlock, or a lot of areas, all the areas you have.
Strange. Passing strange.
And all the areas that you unlock throughout the game is all tied to the main story. Luckily, the main story is enjoyable, if a little long at times with a lot of fetch quests. I play as Dragoon, just poking people with a stick, and I do side of Red Mage.
By their behavior, we may safely assume that they are under Vorthri's mind control.
Where I'm at the moment is like basically the last quarter of the current expansion. I've just been playing it slow and steadily.
Yet the extent of the effect seemeth to vary dramatically between subjects. It is far too pronounced to be attributed simply to the vagaries of innate magical resistance.
I'll show you my levels after this cutscene.
Curiouser and curiouser. We met with no trouble en route. My thanks for securing the way. But given the state of the townsfolk, I see we were never in any danger of being recognized.
What can you tell us from here?
Hey,
I
Richie.
sense a powerful eater in the uppermost reaches of the city.
Yeah, I've been hearing about the UK heat waves and such. I'm glad you're doing alright, and enjoy the rain. Everything. I also miss you, but I guess you've been sleeping since I stream mostly late at night. I've been playing some Cold Steel 2 here and there. But I also got distracted by Blue stream last night.
But there's something different about it. Its light is impure. We need to get closer.
Oh, so that one's Alphino. Well, unless you're triplets.
Hmm. Yeah, hey, been a while.
Ashia, what are you doing here?
While I was scouting the area, I noticed a suspicious figure skulking about. So I accosted him, only to have him call me Alphino. I thought it best to bring him along.
You see, that informant who's been feeding secrets to the Crystarium, it's me. See, after you saved my life in Yulmore, I thought about going somewhere far away, but I couldn't just leave, not without paying you back. So I decided to stay here, keep an eye on things, and whenever I spotted something strange, I shared it with your friends.
Ah, good boy.
That took no small amount of courage. Well done.
I assume you saw what happened here.
Right, so an airship flew in a bit ago, and not long after, Vorfree starts ranting and raving. You could hear him from all the way out here.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad CS3 got delayed in a sense too. Less pressure on me with Cold Steel 2. Even if I'm making solid progress, just feel like I have been well focused on those games lately. Maybe it's a mixture of burnout or just been feeling exhausted lately, and just playing a story-heavy game at the evening time was not the best idea, but I'm just kind of pushing through little by little. I got up to the intermission.
Geezer was doing his nut, shouting and screaming like someone had nicked his pie.
'Tis like the airship bore the soldiers sent to thwart our efforts in our meringue.
So eventually the yelling dies down, and then this hot, sticky wind comes blowing through. Now that's when everyone went funny. No, everyone but me. Well, me and a couple of newcomers, though even they started mumbling about Vorfree after a while. Not as bad as the rest, mind you.
Newcomers.
There's something I need Reen to see. This was among the townfolk's food stores.
Oh yeah, that food thing. Forgot what it's called.
Oh, that's just meal. You're more doles of stuff out.
Meal.
No, it couldn't be. I know what it is.
Is it drugs?
It's Sin Eater. Meal is made out of Sin Eater.
Well. Oh? Who's voicing Arianrod and what's her other roles?
So it is. In limited quantities, it may have little effect on an average individual. Yet if one were to consume it regularly, over a period of several years, I suspect it would do far, far more than merely nourish the body.
That Vorfree wieldeth power over sin-eaters is known. Could it be that those who partake of their flesh do thereby render themselves susceptible to his influence? It would serve to explain why the town's newer arrivals succumbed less quickly than those raised on a diet of meal.
He's been rounding up sin eaters and feeding them to people, altering them mouthful by mouthful, all to stop them answering back. There are desperate souls out there killing themselves to escape turning. This is unforgivable. An atrocity.
We gotta kick his ass.
These Sin Eaters. What if they are not simply rounded up?
But if they're made of new people. Okay, I kind of see the resemblance. I need to kind of be more conscious on that. Because Rhea's voice kind of sounds similar to a lot of these kind of malevolent, women archetypes.
Do you remember what we were told when first we came to the city? Many enter, but none leave.
Ugh.
Let us put an end to it. To this paradise built upon the bones of the poor.
So the way I'm grasping it's like, people turn into sin eaters, then they get chopped up and turned into food, and the cycle repeats.
Vorthri's deeds are beyond justification, beyond forgiveness. Evil.
It's highly probable that the Light Warden is waiting for us somewhere in there, and I'm all for going after it. But our enemies know our faces. They know that we are coming, and they will not let us through without a fight. Like it or not, the time for stealth is past. Now, my friend, if you would be so good as to lead the charge.
Yeah, I could be kind of slow on a lot of obvious stuff, so sometimes I just try to recall in my head, or I just kind of spaced out and forgot a little detail. That's how it could get typically. Okay. So yeah, there's a fair chance. We'll see how it is when the time comes. We got a duty. So Zero, if you're still around, we're gonna have action in a little bit. And also, for anyone else wondering, and for Zero, this is basically my levels. I think for a change of pace, maybe I should go White Mage at some point, but it's like, ooh, healing in a fast-paced environment, that's a little scary. No, just anxiety of taking healing, some other roles, since I could kind of space out in really hectic moments. So I'm like, ugh, and not want to deal with drama too much. Yeah, main story quest, well, progresses the story, unlock things, unlocks new areas and such, and raids, raid quests is a side story that unlocks, special fights and all that. Yeah, we're just talking to people, then we're gonna go. Here we go. Solo duty. I'll try to show in the hours. Give me one moment. A fair lot. Like, I played back in 2017, then...
I can feel it.
Well,
A dark presence in my domain.
okay, as I was saying, it's like... I played a fair lot of it back in 2017, then took a long break, then came back for the expansion in 2019. And yeah, Richie, the new 14 content's been good.
Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away!
No worries. I do bad timing with my own stuff a lot.
Long live Lord 4-3.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gate Town. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vorthri's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphano. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
So let's see. Playtime. There we go. Look on the lower left corner. 24 days, 10 hours, 59 minutes. On and off since 2017. Yeah. And that's basically 4 expansions worth of time. And who knows how many times I've been idle.
May the 12 guide you.
Yeah, but we still gotta beat them up a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully it'll come out soon.
I fear.
At the moment I'm just AoEing a bunch of enemies. And keep in mind I'm not very good at the game. Especially in harder fights. That's why I don't really do Savage or Extreme difficulties. That's a little too stressful for my liking. On my own, that is. And there's so much stuff to still unlock. Even old dated content.
Pay me back later.
Oh, hey, those two. I assume there's Zorn and Thorn. Orange things over there is to avoid. It's going to be incoming attack.
Show's over. I'll break your funny bone. for you.
That's too bad, at least. Not hard to do a right and thrust in this situation. Positionals can be a pain.
No more Mrs. Nice Dresser.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so far so good with this solo duty. Okay, I guess I go on ahead.
You will find my master in his chamber.
Now, looky here. This weirdly strong guy that, that gives us some trouble in spite of all of our accomplishments before Shadowbringers.
But only should you kill me this day. And you will not. You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vorthry's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict. Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience. But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
Well, here comes the showdown. I remember the duty finder against fighting him as Thancred. That was a very good one. Just a little too long. Oh. My bad. I forgot to put up meter, of course. Easy, opportune moment to use right and thrust. I mean to flank. So basically that's the combat of Final Fantasy XIV in a nutshell. Yep, this fight. This is the solo fights. We didn't do the dungeons or the 8-player fights or the 24-player raids. Hey Kefka, I just noticed you were here. I thought that was Zero talking. Oh. Whoops. Oh. Will not do. Oh crap. I'm just picking out whatever spot. Okay, I managed to dodge that. I'm just focusing on just trying to dodge stuff to survive. I need to be better with my life surge timings. Uh-oh. Getting lower on HP. Yeah, AoE's the fight. Well, at least it's a good fight, just, you know. Kind of interesting that he's not a trial or a dungeon boss, but he's a solo duty fight. Well, oops, oh crap. That was bad. Wrong button. Gamma jump. Yes, life surge. I keep forgetting about that's a thing. I'll also just add to my look at my abilities. And I know elusive jump is a thing. I just have a hard time keeping up with stuff, so I don't use all my tools. Yeah, I need to be mindful of life surge for solo duties. Gotta cram it in somewhere. I think I know where. Oh, I used this ability at the wrong time. Yep. Oh, these are targetable. Crap. Maybe just two of them is not bad. Yeah. It's pretty frantic. So that's partly why I don't do healing too, because it's like, oh god, there's so much stuff going on. I should occasionally DPS and all that, and gotta keep an eye on party members, 8 meters while all this crap is going on. It's like, if I just focus on healing, that's no problem, but juggling between healing and DPS, it's like, that sounds scary in higher plays. Well, I won. First try. Thank you, Kefka. And I managed to bounce back after mistaking myself by jumping into all those AoE attacks and losing a chunk of HP. It's like, huh, that worked out. Survivability over optimal damage. Yeah, I was wondering how I'm gonna avoid them, but then just happened to notice they're targetable when I was kind of pointing around the cursors. As a reminder, this is the PS4 version and I'm playing on controller, so I don't have some of the PC luxuries. So while Ranjit is not worthy enough for a dungeon or a trial fight, at least the solo fight is very good. So that was satisfying enough.
Lord Vorthri! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused! And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance. For the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong.
Before I continue, I'm just looking at Kepska's comments about not being able to tab sometimes. It's like, I ended up having the trouble with the Hidden Temple solo duty in Raktika, where I ended up failing because I couldn't appropriately target the door, so I didn't think the door was targetable, and I lost at the final part of it. It's like, oops. I had to do that all over again because I couldn't target door. So yeah, I understand that, and it just can be frustrating.
The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Fortress is a light warden. I figured he's the Sin Eater's leader. Oh. Look at his 360 neck turn.
For the future of all. What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah!
What a tantrum.
Oh, yes. Of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
With the fork and everything.
Oh god, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Where did he go?
I like this song a lot. Good moment to hear it play it.
What in the heavens?
Did Vorthri do that?
Well, we could get up to our airship, so, you know, this is the more sensible answer.
Wait. That is Mount Golg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds.
And we got a few filler quests to take care of.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vorthri's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
Oh. New more music. This is much more cheerful. It's about time. I think Alphinaud redeemed himself enough already, but could always be more. I keep thinking of the pronunciation of Reen as Rhine, the way it's spelled out. Whereas I'm too used to the spelling of Reen and Cold Steel. I don't remember much of the navigation for Yulmore. This will take me a bit. And I remember this club here. Oh, no pole dancer. Just, well, exploring a little slash, how do I get down again? Okay, I see. There we go. Keep overlooking that. And nice Kepka. I saw a notification on Discord. Oh, that's your dancer over there or something else? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stop around like 1:50 or 2 o'clock or so. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a shard here. My ear is Daily Mole. I don't think I've caught all the aetherite shards of this. I think. I don't know. Maybe further up. It's okay now.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Oh, hey, I remember you.
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Yep, I saw your new potato, Kefka. I saw the picture.
Let me handle this. Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vorthri is a Sin Eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
I thought Vault 3 is a light warden.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vorthri's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vorthri's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures.
Well, I can't blame them being like, you know, it's the end of the world and everything.
And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more.
Yeah, exactly, Kefka. You tell him, Alphanut. Good work.
I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vor 3.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vor 3 has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves.
Well, there's our excuse.
If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
The ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. But after the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vor 3 took control, it was abandoned altogether.
Well, the girl on the left is pretty cute.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
Oh, they could have saved a lot of trouble in the previous area.
You can't.
She looks so sad.
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises.
Yeah, exactly, Sai. It's like if only I knew him back then. Less headaches.
Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
And less sacrifices would be made. We only lucked out on our meringue Talos. Like, totally lucked out that it happens to be in a good condition and we found the thing to make it work again.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Ooh, this song. And I dig the costume here. I would like that. At least the helmet. Ooh, I hit that note pretty well. And at some point I gotta do the Aether Current quest. So you're here, I guess. And I assume 2 more in the upper area. You know what, I'm pretty close to the Faith, and there's some percentage. I should get at least my rank 2 here. I don't think I'm crazy or slash daring enough for rank 3. Slowly getting there. Yeah, sorry, Sai, I just couldn't help it. Yeah. We shall see. Yeah. I'll probably do that with like Red Mage or something once it hits 70s. Yep, 60 fates per zone. Like that's a huge jump, but there's only one more rank. I wonder if they're gonna even nerf it, like, you know, make it 40 or maybe 30 or something. In particular, the earlier areas. Yeah, Sai's a badass that did rank 3 in all the zones. So, props to her on that. Check under shared fates, it'll tell you how many you need to do per zone. Yeah, if you're going to be maxing out the ranks, then yeah, 500 gems would be too low. Oops. I've changed around my layout, so I'm just still used to my new positionings. And I need to do a few fates for the challenge log. No, you're too slow. Yeah, let's go on the horsies. House of the Dead. I have not done that in a long while. That's how I leveled Red Mage initially, then I kind of got burnt out on it. Just been zoning out and just playing randoms. Yes, sir. Well, you see, stuff happened. Oh boy. Let's see how it goes, I guess. I thought I had a key item. 11. Okay, they're down. I'm not sure if I have to talk to the NPC and so the other ones will activate. Let's see. Oops. How to math. Yeah, it's like, I wonder if I have to look for the stock first, then talk to NPC, then I just decide to give it a shot. And there's the third stack. $24 plus 11, so that's 35. And then whatever the NPC dialogue was. He's 68 in the storehouse. 1 damage, 13. 22, 23, 68 minus 23, that's 45. 45 plus 24, that's 69, and then it's 80. I could be slow at math. Phew. Oh, it's counting the discarded stuff. Yeah, or maybe I just miscounted. No, I want to take this for fun. I'm being a dope. Okay. 57. Okay. 57, 44, and 45. 45. 69. also the real obvious. Yeah. I failed math. Yeah, maybe so, Sai. I initially went as Livid Prime, but, you know, since transferring the servers, I had to change my name since someone else took Prime. So I'm Primus. It just sort of sounded cool enough and I wasn't being creative. I am not prime numbers. Though 1 is a prime number and I'm 1. And, well, Levitt was my Final Fantasy XI name, so I just wanted to carry that over. But I was a Lalafell back then, / Taru. So, and that was the little guy. So then I just decided to make a race that's much taller, so, you know, Prime, and so I grew up, so I was being in Prime. The Primus was just kind of like random thought when I had to change the name a little bit. As for why Levitt, that's like, I don't remember. Just my carried over FF11 name. Yeah. What's your character name again? I'm on the Primal server. Okay, of course, Sign Rain Fire. What's the history of Sign Rain Fire? And Mr. Cunningham probably has the most original MMO names. Oh, I'm on the Hyperion server that's in the Primal NATO Center. Exodus, let me see, loads down. Okay, we share the same data center. That's nice. Okay, will do. Me after the scene. That's cute. Reen Schwarzer's a bunny girl. And Sai, I think you play on the Crystal data center. Where you, Mr. C, and some of the others hover around. But yeah, as I was saying, Mr. C has the most original of MMO names. Just video games. Props for originality. The most simplest of names that no one else can really think of naming a character. Okay, let's look up rain. Just out of curiosity, just to see how many people there's are rains. Yep, everyone calls them video. I guess your character is not on, or we'll just check later. Or just limited to same data center. We'll try later on. Oh yeah. Small fry. Or you can look up my name. Or you were just saying you're now a small fry now, not a bunny? Oh, there is a small fire. Okay, look, small fry. Got it. Oh yeah, small fry and Maximus, is it? That's your other character? Sorry, I got myself a little confused. So, this is you? Oh, small fire, sorry. Oops. I mixed myself up a little bit. No search results. Maybe a last name. Yeah. Okay, got it, Sai. Okay, so after this quest, I better get going for now. And I don't know what to think both about. And she's just being a cheerleader.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulemore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them, crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones. A difficult feat to achieve.
Yeah, that is difficult.
But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it.
I like the way he says it. Well, I guess we did conquer them and let the conquered and conquered the folks who let bygones be bygones.
Ah, the vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying?
Probably.
Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves.
I know. Emmett is best boy.
Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amaranth. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this. Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the Source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the XIV? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl?
I want to see how he looks like.
What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
I never doubted you for a moment.
We did it. Yeah, the little wave is good. Like,
it's
see ya.
alive.
And then there's Artburn.
I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood, knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. But solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett Selk. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
A lot of good lines in this cutscene. I have a weird habit of just taking screenshots of lines I like, but then I just check them probably not
Glad
forever.
tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
It's sort of a reflex, since I never know, I might go back to them.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else.
Fantastic, Alice. And Streamlabs is acting up a little bit. Let me refresh that. Even though I could just kind of, you know, click on the emote and everything, but no, I want to use my Streamlabs. I mean, Stream Deck. There we go. Fantastic, Alice.
That's the spirit. Come on then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure, we ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears.
Who the hell is this warrior of darkness talking about?
No one but me remembers that day.
Like, why was that guy waving to come in?
And our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
Why is the conflict music playing? Oh, nice view. Yeah. Yeah. The ocean can be better. Maybe it's the light reflection. I don't see anything so far. Oh, there. I might as well join in on the fate. Nice name, Lionel. Thundercat fan, I guess. Okay, moving on. I see it as a half a cup of something. Hey, it's the artist guy. And how he get up there? Okay. And I better stop here and take care of things. I'm gonna be streaming Cold Steel 2 later in the evening, probably around 7 Eastern, to kind of make up for my very short one yesterday. At least making up to myself. And I'll probably play more 14 tomorrow with more story quests. Till then, have a good day everyone, and thank you very much for coming by, Sai. Thank you very much for coming by, Kefka. Much appreciated the company. Take care.